Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whichever way in the part of the world you are. This is Sauvik from the Norbulinga Monastery speaking to you all in the foothills of Himalayas in Dharamshala, introducing you PulsePlay Digital and the founder CEO of PulsePlay Digital, Deepak Rai, and the team of Deepak. So Deepak,
Dada.
2019 we met in Dharamshala. I said, Deepak, apart from gallivanting across the world, US, Europe, UAE, Middle East, come back and build a phenomenal startups with the talent of the Himalayas. How are we doing since then?
Wonderful. Sauvik Dada, first of all, a warm welcome to the foothills of Himalayas. This is where you live life and every moment immersively. So we build the founding principles on that conversation rooted in 2019, and here we are, about 30 people. We've been growing incredibly well. We've opened up US. We are going to open UAE as well.
Excellent. So now, Deepak, one more question for you is, after having seen the world, I was always convinced. Are you convinced that the brain power of the Himalayas youth, the power of the Himalayan youth and their brain power and their brains are no less than the shores and the cities and the towns across India and globally? They are no less than anyone else?
100%. It is the opportunity platform. It's just a matter of providing the opportunity and the platform, which we've been able to do with PulsePlay Digital. And I completely agree. Now, having worked for the last year and a half in the Himalayan region with local talent, with our teams that is budding and growing every single day, learning and growing every single day, the skill set, the commitment, the burn, the desire, to be honest, I find it even more intense.
And at the end of the day, it's still business, revenues are coming, and it's a great growth story of a young startup from the foothills of Himalaya in the town of Dharamshala, of course. It's a blessed state, it's a blessed town. It is her Almighty Dalai Lama's blessings and the spiritual plane where brain is supposed to ideate and germinate and form world-leading ideas.
Amazing. I have maybe a couple of questions. The first one I have is, Dada, spell out the dream and your vision of how are we going to build out the Himalayan digital tech ecosystem, so that the last mile in the remotest corners of the mountains is not left behind while the world is galloping towards digital revolution, and the inventions and innovations that are happening.
So what I was blown away by is people from Palampur, people from Chamba, people from Kajiar. The talent of what they are doing here and what is happening in Valley or Bangalore or Gurgaon or Mumbai or Delhi or Tel Aviv or Berkshire, the tech is agnostic. What you do with the tech, and you guys are great learners and it is showing in the work. What we need to say to the world is the Himalayan talent is greater, probably powerful, because there is comfortable numbness, there is clean oxygen and blood circulation to your brains. If that doesn't help you build things for the world, nothing can. So I'm convinced this operating model will work.
Another question I have is, how are you finding that motivation or inspiration? What is driving you to be so generous with your time and giving all that you've achieved away? Why are you doing this?
So I'm not going to take this to my grave or the crematorium. 2/3 of my life is over, 1/3 is left. Now is the time when youngsters whose 1/3 of their life is over and 2/3 is left, they have to extract every ounce of my experience, every ounce of my wit, every ounce of my intensity, and every ounce of my experience of building technology and businesses. And if they can do it from the shores to the mountains, that will be my swan song. And that is the only reason which keeps me going. The only reason the youngsters of tomorrow, the millennials, the Gen Zs, what are we living for them when we move on? That's the biggest motivation.
Absolutely. Fun stuff. Incredible. Dada, just last question and then we'll pause this conversation for today. You did an incredible masterclass for about 500 students of Government College of Dharamshala locally, and you interacted with MCA students, BTech students, MSc students. What are you seeing in the youth here in the Himalayas?
Three things: creativity, attitude and intensity, and energy. Rest, everything gets taken care of in abundance in the youngsters what we interacted this morning with.
Amazing. Thank you for that inspiration as always.
Thank you, and here's to the viewers. Keep watching this space. The youth, the talent, the energy, the attitude and the intent from the foothills of the Himalayas, absolutely no less, might be better. And they are coming in a big way, not only to change the world, they'll invent, they will think, they will big enterprises from these foothills. Signing off. Thanks for listening to me and Deepak. Keep supporting PulsePlay Digital. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever in the world you're watching this. Bye for now.